So anyway, I swatched these for you, and oh, on the inside it also says you're only in trouble if you get caught. So I wanted to show you all of these here in person, and tell you kind of my first impressions of their quality and everything. So this color right here, Blue Oasis, that's what it looks like in the pan. It kind of reminds me of Jasmine's outfit from the movie. That was one of the colors that I was a little disappointed by, because you see it's like barely even showing up here. It's barely showing up on my skin. In person, I feel like it showed up just a little bit more than I'm seeing on the camera, but still, it doesn't look very good. You could probably get it to pop if you put like a white base underneath it, but still, I was a little disappointed. And this wasn't even one single thing. I went with my MAC 238, or yeah, my 239 brush, the pack-on brush that they have, and that's what I used to put this on my hand, and I did use primer for all of these. But I did like 2 or 3 layers of it, and that's all the color I got. So I was kind of disappointed by that one. The next one is this one called Trust Me. It's right here, and it looks like a shimmery pink. And that one is really pretty. It's just a standard kind of shimmer color. And I used like 2 or 3 coats of it to get this color built up to this, and that's actually not too far off. Like, you can build it up almost to the color that it is in the pan. And then this one is Abu, which was Aladdin's monkey. And it's right here, and I had no trouble with that one. It was good quality. It's just a standard kind of shimmer shadow too, and it's not too unique or anything. Like, I've seen that one before, before somewhere, but anyway, I didn't have any trouble with it going on very pigmented. It was fine. The next one is called Ali Ababwa, like Prince Ali Ababwa, which is who Aladdin fakes himself, or he pretends to be. And that's just a matte highlight shade, and you literally, I can't even see it on my skin here in person, practically. It just totally faded into my skin. Then the next one, Sultana. I guess is that the female version of a sultan? I'm not really sure. But it looks like a highlight, rosy highlight shade, but it actually went on very pigmented. It's a little bit darker than maybe a highlight shade. I don't know, maybe you could use it for this, but it's really pretty. I liked how it went on, and it's just gorgeous. It's just a light pink right there. The next one is called Friend Like Me, and it looks pretty pigmented in the palette, but it didn't go on that well. It's right here. It went on okay, like, it's totally workable, but it didn't, I built this up, and that's as far as it would build up. You can't get any more color out of it, and that's a little bit lighter than it was in the palette. Then the next one, Master, is this gorgeous dark purple, and it just looks super pretty in the palette. And here, it's a shimmery color as well. You can see it's not super shimmery, and how it went on with some difficulty. Like, I got it to a very dark color, but I really had to pack that on and build it up. And then the next one is my favorite, I think, in the whole palette. Just the texture of it, it reminds me of like the new Urban Decay formula. It's just super silky and gorgeous. It's called Cosmic, and it literally looks exactly like a shiny new penny. That's the color of it. A brand new, beautiful, shiny new penny. It's kind of a light coppery color. Really pretty. And then, one of the ones that I was really disappointed about was this one called Cave of Wonders. It's like a gold color, and unfortunately it went on like quite sheer. So I can see it on my skin, it just, like, I can see my skin through it and everything. And it's just a very sheer golden color with sparkle to it. Alright, and then the next one is called Sand in the Glass. Here it is in the palette, right there. And it's just a yellow tone, gold tone highlight shade. Very pretty, and it is down over here. It's a very pretty. It's one of the nicer ones in the palette as well. And then the next one is called Lapis, which is one of the ones that I thought was the most gorgeous in the palette. It looks like a really bright blue here, right there. And swatched out, it was really hard to build that one up as well. it looks like it got pretty bright, but it didn't get as bright as in the palette, and it took a lot to build that up. I mean, I really packed it on to get it to build up to that color. Then the next one, called Mystical Wonder, is right here in the palette, and I totally think that is the most unique color in the whole entire palette. I've never seen this color before in a shadow, ever. It is actually right here, and it's almost like a periwinkle, but a little more purple than a periwinkle, and in person it's really unique. It almost has like a duochrome to it, but it's not really a duochrome. I almost see like little faint specks of violet and indigo in it, like a light indigo, and then reddish tone purple also in it, and then it also has sparkle. It's really hard to describe actually, and I don't know if that will even show up on the camera or not, but I'm trying to do different angles here to see if it will. Anyway, so that's that one. It's really pretty. And then the next one is called Raja, which was her tiger, and it's like a bright orange with some brown tone to it, like a brown tone orange, not a really crazy orange. And it's right here. So it's also a shimmer shade, but the shimmer isn't really metallic on it, and it was fairly easy to build up to this. It wasn't super easy, but it took a couple coats, but you can build that one up to a nice deep orange. And then this one right here was probably the second. Cave of Wonders, which was the yellow one, and this one, Arabian Sunset, are probably the two that I was most disappointed by, because they were both gorgeous. I was really excited about them, and this one looks like a really pretty bright, gorgeous reddish color, and it's got sparkle. It's not really shimmery, it's more like a sheen, and it's got sparkle in it, but here is how it's swatched. So on my hand, in person, that looks not very bright red to me. It's just kind of a muted red, or like a sheared out red kind of. So that's what that one looks like. And then the very last shadow is called Bazaar, right there. And that is on my hand right here. So it's kind of a matte with a little bit of a sheen in the formula as well. And it's a nice kind of standard warm tone medium with a little bit of orange to the tint of it. So it's a nice shadow that you can use a lot. And it's got a little bit of sparkle, just like a tiniest bit of sparkle, which you wouldn't even notice very much if you used it. It would probably all fall out or something. It's not a big deal. So then at the bottom there are two more products. There is Golden Sands, which is supposed to be a bronzer, and then there is Thrilling Chase, which is supposed to be a blush. So both of these, I didn't try out Golden Sands as a bronzer because it's actually just a shimmer shade, and I don't really love bronzers that are just really shimmery. I don't like using them as a bronzer because I feel like it's too much shimmer on my face, but I swatched it right here as if I were to do a shadow, and it's actually really pretty. I think a lot of people, as long as you can wear very warm tone browns, you could use this as a shadow with no problem. I think it's nice. Sometimes bronzers, if they're shimmery, they look too orangey, and this one, it definitely is, you know, the type of brown that I would consider, you know, it's warm tone, so I usually consider that those have some orange in their hue, but it's not one that screams at me orange that's supposed to be used as a bronzer. So I think it's totally fine as an eyeshadow. And then the blush actually is right here. This is swatched as an eyeshadow, so it's actually pretty pigmented, and I think you could use it as an eyeshadow too. It's just one of those tricky shades as an eyeshadow that some people can't do, and you have to use it in the right way or else you might end up looking bruised around your eye. Some people don't do well with this color, or it just depends on how you use it. But it could be used as an eyeshadow with no problems as well. And then I swatched it out, or I used a brush to apply it to my arm so you could see it used as a blush. And I think it's actually really pretty. I thought it was going to be too pigmented, and I usually don't go for blushes that look this red in them. generally speaking. It's not a maroon red. I don't call it a maroon. I don't think it's got enough brown in it for me to call it a maroon, but it's definitely on the maroon side of things. It's like a very red pink, more like. But I thought it was really pretty on my arm, and I'm excited to use this as a blush. It's got sparkle in it, but it mostly all kind of falls out, I think. I mean, you will probably see some sparkles on your cheeks, so if you're one who just like absolutely hates sparkle on your cheeks, then you might not like it, but otherwise, anyway, I think you could use it, and it's so pretty. And definitely deeper skin tones can use that too, because you saw how deep it went on. Look at that. I mean, it goes on very deep if you build it up. And when I did it on my arm here, I just did like a very light, like I would usually use on my cheeks at first to test, because I'm very fair. But anyway, so I'm just excited about that. I am loving this whole Disney princess thing. I have these same two things in the Cinderella ones, and I am like really excited to get all the future ones. I love princesses. I don't know. Yeah, I just like it. I dig it. So anyway, I just want to tell you guys about those because I hadn't seen very many reviews, and I knew there were probably some people with them on their way to them looking up videos, wanting to see swatches and people's opinions and everything. And so, I mean, in general, overall, I would say the palette, which costs $55 by the way, the shadows, almost all of them are pretty workable. The three that I didn't care for the most were the golden one, the golden one, the red one, and then that light blue one. So there were really only three that I felt were very, very sheer and kind of not at all what I was expecting, or just shades that I didn't really like once I swatch them out. But the rest of them were totally workable, and I mean, I mainly didn't get this to have like a palette that I could do tons with. I mainly just got it because it's really pretty and I like pretty things. And it's gorgeous and collectible, and I just thought it was really pretty. So anyway, so that's about all I have to say on this one. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Bye!